Hi. Ah, oh my God, I have two viewers. My God, how lucky I am. I am so lucky. High five. High five, viewers. How are you? I mean, I know this is completely unexpected that I'm coming on. Looking fabulous, Kitty. Hi. Denather, how are you? Hi, Lenora. You look so pretty. Thank you. Thank you. I'll tell you what I'm going for. Ultimately, hi, Michelle. Ultimately, today, hi, Jen. I'm practicing my less makeup look, but um, I've been wanting to work on hair that's kind of like Anna Nicole Smith, you know, Pamela Anderson. Um, so really, like the majority of this look is heavy on eyelashes. So with eyelashes, you really don't need any other makeup, really. Hi, Jennifer. Hi, gagging. I am gagging for this look, giving Elsa on a Vegas bender. Hey, doll, how are you doing? I'm doing great. I'll tell you. Hi, Donna. Thank you. Now, I don't know how many drag fans I have on here. I'm assuming I have some. I love that Anna Nicole look. Thank you so much. I'm still working on putting more hair up. It's hard to in a wig. It is because you have all of the under stuff that wants to show. So you kind of got to um, strategically do things on a wig. I love that you're saying and hold on to your morals. Oh, thank you. Also, you look great. Thank you. Okay, so what really prompted me to come on is I just had this exchange online with I'm a drag queen named Ben de la Creme. Some of you may know this person, some may not. Right now they're on a holiday show with Jinx Monsoon, who is another famous drag queen who actually won RuPaul's Drag Race some years ago. So they're doing their holiday show, both very talented, you know. Like I said, I worked with them. I worked with both of them. I liked Ben. I did not care for Jinx. And I didn't notice at first, but it is Anna Nicole inspired. You know, it's inspired. It's not like an impersonation, but anyway, so I get it. Um I just went to that show. Okay. And I'm sure it was great. I mean, I've never seen it. I worked with them. And I like both of them. I mean, well, no, I don't love Jinx. I'll tell you, I don't. Hi, Michelle. Thank you so much. Yeah, you just put a little dark right here and a little highlight here, and you'll end up with a button nose. Okay, so um I was hi Robin. Thanks, Wendy. Okay. So I was on Instagram and I, perusing through Instagram like I do, and I follow Jinx and Ben. And so I notice, oh, there's like pictures of them at a meet and greet. I used to work meet and greets all the time. Right. What's your name? Anja? No, absolutely. Trust me, I know in this industry there's a lot of how can I put it? A lot of creative people are sometimes very weird and have strange views and see things from a different light. Hi, Kitty, watching from Sheffield, England. You look fabulous. Oh, thank you, Anne. Okay, so I'm looking through their stuff, and I am very happy. I really am for anybody's success. I love seeing people get successful and doing what they love and everything. And of course, they're living their best life and they're getting rich doing it. But I'm looking through these pictures and I notice these meet and greets that they're conducting with people. And like I said, I've worked meet and greets. I know exactly how they work. And um, I noticed there's some celebrities, Neil Patrick Harris, his husband, some other people, celebrities. You know how they're celebrities, but you just don't know their name because you don't care. Well, that's me. I don't care. I don't care about celebrity. I really don't. And so I don't know half of these people. I just know they're celebrities. Okay. Hello from Baton Rouge. Hi, dear. Um, anyway, So I noticed in the pictures, if you are a fan and you paid your fee and you went and got your ticket and you went and saw these people, you can do a meet and greet. I don't know if it was extra or not, but if you're a basic common fan, you have to stand like at arm's length from Jinx and Ben. So Jinx and Ben are right here, and you're kind of like in a little box over here. You're like, hi, I'm over here. I'm in the picture type of thing. Okay. Anyway, but when they posted the pictures of the celebrities, they were hugged up, arms around each other, loving. It was a love fest. Hi, Randy. So a few of the fans are saying in this collage of photographs saying, why is it that when I was there, I had to stand in a box away from you? Oh, yeah, it's cold. It's cold here. It's 59 degrees right now. I'm near LA. It's 59 degrees. It's cold. Was extra guests. We had great seats, but didn't pay for that. So it was extra money to do the meet and greet, to stand in a line and wait your turn to take a picture away from them. Okay. Thanks for the insight. And you know what? I've worked meet and greets where there were queens that did not want people on them for various reasons. And I had to manage. I managed meet and greets for years. So I know how they work. And I know these people, some of these queens really do not want pictures with their fans. They don't even see them, but it's part of their contract and they have to do it. Okay. So we, as people who are managing the meet and greets, try to make the customer happy and make the star happy. Okay. And so we're usually the bad guys. We will tell them, you can't get near them because they're sick or, whatever. They're afraid of COVID or, and we're the bad guys. So we're the ones who enforce it. Okay, bottom line. People are noticing this. Wait a minute. Why is it these celebrities get to take pictures with you, but we don't? So I went into the comments and I said, well, you're just not important enough. And it's the truth. I mean, if you want to cut through all the bullshit, that's the truth. You are not famous enough and you are not important enough to take a risk on getting COVID for. That's it. It really is. That is the bottom line. Hi, Vegas woman, because they are a celebrity. Right. So what they did is they posted the pictures of them with Neil Patrick Harris and all the other celebrities. Look who came to see us. And naturally, they're not going to do that with their basic, common peasant fans, right? So anyway, I just made it a point to say, well, you know what? Good for them. They had enough money to risk and exposure because, it gives them more exposure like the drag queens. So yes, of course they want to be in a photograph with a famous person because that makes them famous too. But it's funny because they're trying to justify. So Ben the Creme actually wrote to me, addressed me. Vegas woman, of course I said hi to you. Okay, so I'm going to tell you what Ben said, okay? This is before he deleted everything. Okay? I've learned you have to get receipts, okay? So this is what Ben said to me. Like I said, I made it a point that how come the rich and famous people are getting pictures and the peasants aren't? The peasants are the ones who actually made you rich and famous. And that's the point I made. These are the people who've been throwing you dollar bills for years and they're paying these ticket prices. Okay. I guarantee Neil Patrick Harris is not going to your local drag bar and throwing dollar bills at you. I guarantee. COVID theater needs to stop. Really, Liz, it's pathetic. It is. Hi, Kitty. Thank you for standing up and spilling the truth. Tea babies. Okay, so this is what Ben said to me. Official Kitty Demure. I'll tell you what can't be excused. Somebody thinking they are owed access to other people's bodies in 2022. Now, okay. Who in the hell is saying that I never once said that anybody should have access to your body. It's that extreme language that makes it laughable, and it makes you have no point at that moment. Your point is gone, whatever one you're trying to make. To say that I believe that people should have access to your body in 2022 is implying that I believe that rape and physical violation should be required And it's not. That's not what that means. Um, but to say access to my body, what, taking a picture with a fan like you would a celebrity means that I'm implying that people should have access to your body? I mean, how weird is that? Really, how weird is that? Okay, and then he goes on to say, what you are saying is that we should not be able to draw our own boundaries about how and when we want to be touched. I addressed it in another comment that he deleted. I said, okay, when he said, what you are saying is that we should not be able to draw our own boundaries. I never said that. And I even stated that in my rebuttal comment. I go, I never said that that people have the right and you should not be able to draw boundaries about how you want to be touched. It's just funny how you want to be touched by rich and famous people and not the peasants. I'm just making that point. I just made the point. You fine. You can draw any boundary you want. And I said, you can do whatever you want. No one's telling you how to run your show or your meet and greet. But people have a right to take notice and have an opinion about it. Remember, everybody's allowed to have an opinion, right? Not just you. So you think that you should have the power to go out and say and do and express anything you want, but nobody else can? Remember, there are consequences for our words and our actions. Remember, isn't that one of your talking points or the left's talking points? Well, there are consequences for being an elitist, okay? You obviously want to be touched and you want to be touched and boundaries lowered for rich and famous people. Because you're not doing that with any of the poor peasants. You're just doing it with the celebrities. And then you're posting pictures about it and bragging. That's all you're doing. You're not bragging about Susie down the street who works at McDonald's, who scratched together enough money to see your show. You're not bragging about them. You're bragging about Neil Patrick Harris coming to your show, and then you're showing all the pictures of them and you lowering your boundaries so they can have access to your body. Oh, it's so stupid. Anyway, I said, there are a million reasons. She said, there are a million reasons that us touching 12 people we know is safer than touching 150 strangers a night. But ultimately, no one owes you that explanation. But you gave it to me anyway, didn't you? Anyway, truly floored by the amount of people who think they should have access to bodies against our will. Yes, Ben, that's exactly what I'm suggesting. I am suggesting that you lay spread eagle on the ground for your fans and they all take advantage of you. That's exactly what I'm saying. What an idiot. Anyway, so I made it a point saying, you're being very dramatic. This is really stupid. You're taking it in that direction. Give me a break, darling. And then I went back to look at it and everything was gone. I actually think the page has been turned off. So that's what I think is going on. Oh, thank you, Cece. This is what I don't understand about current drag culture. They're such babies. It's like, wait a minute. The drag queen used to be the one who would stand up and say something. They didn't care about going against the grain. They didn't care about being the bitchy bad person who's telling the truth. You know what I mean? It's like now they're all so weak and sensitive and, oh, access to my body. It's like, bitch, nobody wants access to your body. They just want to stand next to you and take a picture in the way you wanted to take a picture with all the celebrities that showed up at your show and brag about it. Give me a fucking break. Don't turn it into something that it's not. You couldn't wait to post the pictures of you and your celebrities that came to your show so you could brag and spread it to all your fans and say, oh, look who loves me. Look who came to my show. And then don't allow your peasant fans to get within an arm within reaching distance from you. Give me a break. There's no excuse for that. Just call it what it is. Also, that nose is snatched. You know what, Puss Puss, I learned it from you. You guys, Puss Puss ASMR is the best makeup artist on the planet, and she proves it in her videos on YouTube. Okay? Look at that snatched nose. Hi, Amy. How are you? Hi, Maria. How are you, dear? I don't know. Mark brought me this. I think it's whiskey. I know that. Whiskey and an ice cube. You know what? I'm a 53-year-old man. I no longer drink the little foofy faggoty mai tais and stuff. I go straight for the I go straight for the whiskey. Is the stream frozen or is it just me? Probably frozen. So come on, don't. Nobody wants access to your body, Ben. They just want access to a photograph that people paid for. That's what they want. Spooky ghost. Oh, it's working. Whoop whoop. Hi, Stacey Ann. How are you, dear? How's it going? DR says, hi, Kitty. Do you have any personal conflict putting on woman face? Given how many GC people are speaking out against drag. Many see drag as an overtly sexual parody of a woman, misogynistic. And he thought, yes, DR, I completely agree with it. Right now, I am in woman face. I am being a parody of a woman, but I'm not making fun of a woman. Does that make sense? Yeah, it's a parody. It's a character. It's an act. Yes. And yes, I am wearing woman face. If anybody, Anna Nicole, that's exactly what I'm going. I'm inspired by Anna Nicole today. It's going to be my new permanent look. Hi, Tim. Hi, Sonia. Yes, I am here to say I am not a drag queen. Okay. I'm changing my title and I'm changing what I do. I am a male entertainer that entertains in woman face. That's what I'm doing. Parody is an airhead. Parody of an airheaded LA girl. Well, I did say, okay. I mean, this is my real personality. So if I'm an airhead, then that's normal. But yes, the look is I'm going to try to put it all in quotes. Anna Nicole Smith. I'm inspired by Anna Nicole Smith and Pam Anderson. And I am a slut who only dates wealthy men. This woman loves you and respects you for enjoying women characteristics, celebrating women too. I love what you should go listen to this guy on TT. You guys have a lot of the same thoughts. Username here for fun now. What's TT? Oh, TikTok. Here for fun now. Here for fun now. Who's that person? Love the look. Thank you so much. Love you personally. Thank you, Maria. I'm waiting for a friend. We are going today to Redlands, California. Me and some other gays against groomers. We're going to Redlands, California. We're going to I think it's a school, some sort of school board meeting. I didn't notice the Pam Anderson. Well, I really like their really messy updo hair. So that's kind of 90s stuff. But I have to leave a lot of hair down because I'm a fat man, so I have to camouflage some things. Plus the wigs, as soon as you bring hair up, you can see the under structure of the wig. I did. Okay. Is it wrong? I miss Hagatha pissing everyone off. No. This is the thing, Sonia. Okay, and I hate to say it, but Hagatha doesn't seem to piss people off anymore. And the fun is gone for me. The fun of Hagatha is gone, but I'm trying to resurrect it in a different way. I don't know how I'm going to do it. But love that gag are doing. Thank you, DR, for supporting and following and everything. This is a very easy look for me to do, so this might be something I do a lot now. Hagatha is very easy for me to put together, but I don't think people know Hagatha is not real. That's the problem, is Hagatha no longer can fool people. I hope you're feeling well. Patty, today I'm feeling good. Thank you so much for mentioning that. I got to take my medication. I'm on 7 pills a day now. I took nothing before April. Are there any straight guys that do drag, not cross dressing? I know what you're saying. There was one pair lady on a season of RuPaul's Drag Race. He claimed to be straight. I think Dame Edna, which people will say is not really a drag queen, but is a man who dresses up as a woman and entertains. But I think, first, I don't know why they don't consider him a drag queen, but he's not gay. He's married to a woman. It's because Hagatha ended up garnering more friends. Right. There you go. Maybe Hagatha needs to. Maybe I need to redo Hagatha's look and kind of look different and then try to create some new controversy. I remember having to explain Hagatha to a few creators that were totally outraged at her. Puss says he's not straight. I seen how he looked at the pit crew. Oh, I don't know his name, but I know. But the funny thing is, don't you dare go into drag and say you're a heterosexual man. The gay community will say, this is for us. This is for us. This is our thing, even though they have biological women now doing drag. It's so stupid. They're dumb. The whole thing is retarded. Everybody knows what drag is. Everybody knows it's a man who lives as a man, whether he's gay or straight, and dresses up as a woman, entertains, goes home and takes it off. That's what a drag queen is. It is not any more complicated than that. Now you have like people like RuPaul and other people who of course want to make as much money as they can off of drag. So they want to spread it. See, drag now has become Walmart. It used to be a boutique, but now it's Walmart or Sam's Club, really. And it's like, oh, everybody's a drag queen. Everybody can do it. No. And then they're even saying, hey, when you get up in the morning and you put on your uniform for work or school or anything, you're in drag. No, you're not. You're not in drag. You're wearing clothing. It's so stupid the way they try to make drag bigger than what it is because it's profitable. And people like RuPaul are becoming very wealthy off it. So why wouldn't they? Of course, they're going to push it and act like it's bigger and, bigger and more important than what it really is. I was always flabbergasted by the number of people who took Hagatha seriously. I know, isn't it hilarious? I still love it. I still love it. My cousin sent me a Hagatha video, and he was mad as hell. I was like, no, she's a character, and we love Billy. But I love it. Yeah. No, I love drag. Thanks, Spooky. I love drag. I do. But it has its place in a fucking adult bar with drunk people and half-naked men dancing, and you go and see some dude be ridiculous on stage, or either be ridiculous and funny and filthy and gross and nasty, or be absolutely beautiful and stunning because they can look like a woman. That's what we want. Drag is marketable and capitalized now. Right, Michelle? That's the funny thing. It's capitalized, but the people doing drag say, down with capitalism. You're going to find the majority of drag queens who will follow like these stupid talking points and say capitalism is bad, right? So then why have you created this persona, this business, and going out and becoming wealthy off it by people, the market wanting you and then giving you money for your product? That's the funny thing. And they'll say down with capitalism. It's like, oh, okay, dear. I've always loved drag shows, never seen kids. Who would? You know what? That's the thing. We were all kids, and we all love kids. How can you not? I guess they are too young to know about Milton Berle and others. You know what? Cosmic Chameleon, everybody, they all act like they're groundbreaking. Like there are guys right now who are putting on makeup, going on a stage and saying, I'm changing the world. I'm changing the world for the better. It's like, no, you're not. You're dressing up and you're lip syncing somebody else's song. And then you're taking your $5 tip and using it to go get drunk and try to find somebody in the club who will have sex with you. And then you're going to leave. That's what you're doing. Capitalism is bad, but pay me for entertaining you. I'm a communist, but can I still like the show? Of course you can, Jason. I loved old school drag. RuPaul's Drag Race. Oh, Jen, it's completely, drag is over. It's over. As we know it, it's over. No, They try to do special kid drag shows now too. It's so funny. There's absolutely nothing wrong with kids getting together, dressing up, having fun, and doing plays, and it's drama. It's drama in theater. Drag is not drama in theater. Drag is completely different than drama in theater. And I don't know why they can't just wait. I've tried watching Hagatha, but the humor and trolling is too gross for me. Like eating pussy sores on your face, for example. Oh, pus. God, that's old. That's old Hagatha. I'm too squeamish. I prefer Kitty. You're a good story. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Pear Lady. I totally forgot that I used to, I would create pimples on my face and I'd make them out of butter and honey. And I would put like dots on my face and then during the video, squeeze them. And then, of course, I end up with a clump of honey on my finger and then I would lick it. No, I love that about Hoggy. Fecal contour. Oh, gagging. That's old school Hoggy, isn't it? God, I probably should go back into some of those videos and get some inspiration. The spots for this lipstick. LOL. Drag has been around since people put on shows back in Roman times and beyond. These kids know nothing. Oh, I know. You know what I love? I'll tell you what I do is I love the kids. I love the kids who dye their hair blue and they think they're so alternative and they think they're so like, look at me, I'm part of a subculture. What are you doing staring at me? It's so funny because I had this conversation with a friend of mine the other day. And I was talking about people of today, these people who are triggered by everything and blah, blah. And I said, I remember being like a teenager and, dressing up in a way that I liked dressing up and go out and then people look at me naturally because I don't look like everybody else. And I'd be like, oh my God, what are you looking at? And it's like now as a 53-year-old man, I'm like, well, they were looking at you because you were wearing white makeup with black eyeliner and lipstick. And you had colorful hair or black hair or whatever, and you're wearing all black clothing. And you are looking completely different than people of that time. Why wouldn't someone look at you? Like, why wouldn't they look at you? I mean, you're either interesting to look at, someone might find you attractive, or they're like, Jesus Christ, who the hell would wear that? It could be a mix of everything. But this is attention I'm obviously getting from people. And you have to be able to take that attention. And you have to be able to me, you are truly comfortable with yourself. If you can dress up like that and go out and act completely normal and act like, this is me. So I don't care what you think. And you don't look for the reactions. These people look for the reactions. They look for the reactions so they can pretend to be a victim. So what they do is they go out, they force you to look at them or hear them. You then have an opinion or a reaction to it. And then they, in turn, they have the right to then go after you as being a bad person, a bigot, whatever. And it's like, shut up. You've completely contrived and constructed this whole situation and scenario. And you want to act like the victim. That's what's hilarious. But it took me to grow up to realize that. My favorite Hoggy skit was the hosing down of her poop in the garden. That was good. I got that from my 600-pound life. Because this one, hi Leola, hi Jason. E says 44-year-old goth hair. Also, I feel this to my core. And they're like, I love being an outcast, but everyone should validate me, or else you're a white bigot. It's hilarious. I mean, when you really think, it's so immature. It's so immature. My favorite was Hoggy at the car wash. You know what I'd like to do? If I could find a big enough and strong enough car, I would love to do like an 80s, like hairband video where I'm on a car, you know, wet, and I'm like rolling around on the hood as Hagatha in my walker. Wouldn't that be good? But cars are so cheap. I know I would bust the hood. I should like get some junk car that's way too small so it shows how big I am. Rolling around on the hood. You need to teach this at the university level to unravel these indoctrinated college student minds. Offer a class as intro to a drag wannabe and reprogram them all. My faith was, oh, the birth of Bocephus. You guys remind me of so much shit. In the shower. A Fiat. No, yes, and I should get a Fiat or like a little. Remember the Yugos? That's an old car. Hoggy needs a walking frame like all of the trans men have. What do you mean a walking? Wait. Hi James, how are you? Where's Barbara Hogfat? We haven't seen Barbara Hogfat in a while. I would let you use my smart car, yes, if I was in San Bernardino. But I'm in the UK, decorated my car for Christmas the other day. Fairy lights around the roof. Oh, that's cute. And bauble Santa hats on the. Oh, that sounds cute. A Yugo. Oh my God, Angela. Yes, the Yugo. So old. I remember watching Hoggy on TikTok, and my comment was always, "Tell me you love me," and you always did. Oh, a trans woman walking around. Oh wait, okay. So Hoggy needs a walking frame, like all the trans women have. Oh, a walking frame, a walker. Is that? Are you in the UK? Okay, so I know what you're talking about now. Tarot card reading funnies. Oh, Coon Wretchen. I was going to get back into the tarot cards. I was. I'm thinking about going back into. She got drunk and fell off a hog truck. And see, this is the thing. This is what I like about drag is being ridiculous and funny with it. So you know, it's weird because some people do drag and you're like, you're kind of like a pervert and like you're getting a sexual charge off of this. Like there are lots of drag performers, like I will watch them and like we'll be in the drag room and stuff doing makeup and going over, you know, the music and stuff, and they're just sitting there admiring themselves in the mirror, just and like giving them like look, they're giving like sex in the mirror, and it's like, you know what, this is something different for you than it is for the audience. The audience wants to have fun and have a good time while you are like looking at yourself and like eye fucking yourself in the mirror. Like they love that. They love, a lot of them like being, they are like kind of creating what they think is a fantasy woman where men can't like, you know, resist them. And that's what I think they're doing. They're trying to create a look that men will find attractive, hoping to bag a straight man. That's what a lot of them want. That's what they're doing. Actually, I got married and my hubby don't like her. She had to leave town. Oh, poor Barbara. What was the bubble car of the 70s? Was it the Pacer? Do you remember the Pacer? Hi, Lisa. Hi, Amy. Hello, my beautiful friend, Amy Polander. How are you, dear? So anyway, me and Mark are going to meet, you know, Mario Presents, him and hopefully some other people that we know at Redlands. We are going to represent Gays Against Groomers. Oh, the Pinto. That's right, Michelle. We're going to be at Redlands where we are representing Gays Against Groomers. There's going to be a woman there. Her name is Chloe. And I wish I knew her last name, and I apologize for not knowing it. She is a female who transitioned to a male at 13. Okay. Was put on the puberty blockers, was put on everything, hormones and everything. And I don't know. I don't want to go out there and say when her breasts were removed. I believe it was when she was a minor. I'm not sure, so I'm not going to say it, but I'm pretty sure it was. And now she's a grown woman and has decided to transition back to a female, but has no breasts, has developed male characteristics in her face and everything. I guess dropped her voice, so she has like a man's voice. And these are things that can never be fixed. Okay. So just know that, people can be, know. And the funny thing is, the LGBTQ community want to pretend that we are transphobic when we have, okay, yeah, Chloe Cole, we actually have trans people within our community and our organization that are against the transitioning of children because they were kids and they transitioned. Okay. So while there could be, a million success stories and people who are happy about their transition, there are many, many, many people who aren't happy about it. And now, after we've gone through this experiment of, pumping kids with hormones and cutting off body parts and allowing them to socially transition and medically transition and surgically transition, they are now coming back as adults and saying, okay, wait a minute. I made a huge mistake. I was a kid. You were my parents and you allowed this to happen. And the medical field allowed this to happen. And so it's a valid subject to look at. But yet a lot of people in the LGBTQ community do not want to look at it. And what they do is they oppress and they censor these people from telling their stories. Mainstream media will not pick up these stories and they will not talk about it. Okay. So there are children out there that are being influenced and indoctrinated to do this transition and this radical change that will affect the rest of their life. Okay. We're not talking about a tattoo, which is illegal for a kid to get. A tattoo, something is in it as now. It's funny how now we're saying tattooing a child would be less severe, but yet that's illegal. Like a kid couldn't get this, but they can make the decision to completely alter their whole body for the rest of their lives. All we're saying is people need to look at this shit. You need to look at it. Don't ignore it. Don't ignore these people who are saying, hey, I transitioned and it was a mistake. I mean, how are we not looking at that? And how are people pushing those voices aside and silencing them? And that's what's happening. So that lets me know, if you don't want the truth to be told about these consequences and the side effects and everything, then this whole thing must be bullshit. You're selling it then. What event in time did it become okay to do this to kids? I don't know, and I'd love to know. Have you seen Sinead in the UK? Similar story. She's doing an amazing job of speaking out. It's not Sinead O'Connor, right? That's the only Sinead I know. It makes no sense, right? I mean, think about it. Okay, I want you to just think about not that long ago. Okay, I'm 53 and I think I'm young and my youth was yesterday. But when I was in high school, say 1986, 1987, while I'm attending high school, me and many other boys were absolutely forbidden from piercing their ear. Okay. Now this is, not that long ago. Okay. Let's say it's not that long ago. Forbidden. Boys were forbidden from coloring their hair and piercing their ear. Then, okay, you can put one hole in your ear and you couldn't do that. Oh, you could wear colored mousse or spray in your hair. Nothing permanent. But we've gone from that in our society to allowing kids to take medications and surgeries that completely alter their bodies and the full range of the rest of their life. I mean, when did that happen? The question, when did that become okay all of a sudden? It's not that long ago. I remember knowing in high school, rich kids, like a girl, would get a nose job for her 16th birthday, and people thought that was horrific. Okay. Medicalization for life equals billions of lifelong profits. And that's also the thing. You have to look at that. You have to think about it. What happens to a child once they transition? They become a permanent patient. You become a permanent patient. I mean, I don't know if people realize that. When you transition into another gender and you decide, I'm going to live my life as a woman, even though I was born as a man, you need constant medicalization to keep that up. It's like now instead of going to the salon and getting your hair and nails done once a week, or I'm sorry, once a month, you're now going to your doctor to get medicines and shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's not that hard of a concept to understand. As soon as they realized there was a huge profit to be, well, yes, you become a lifelong patient. And that's the reality of it. Now they're gonna get their money, whether it's through insurance or through your bank account. They're gonna get their money for your medicalization. Oh, I remember that. The ear you pierced designated whether you were gay or straight. Yet sailors even back in World War II got an ear pierced once they crossed the equator. My grandfather did. Oh, that's neat. I didn't know that. The channel Isle of X goes into the medical consequences. It's bad. You have these females that take these male hormone pills, these puberty blockers, and blah 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 blah. It changes their body. It changes the shape of their body. They lose their butt. They lose their hips. They lose all this stuff. Their voice drops, and their ovaries dry up. It's like you no longer. And that, before the one person says, "Wait a minute, I saw that someone got pregnant." Okay, we're not saying 100%. Okay, 90 something. I don't know what the percentage is, but it's a risk. It's a big risk. It's a very substantial risk that if you are a woman and you decide to become a man and then you decide, shit, I made a mistake because I was stupid and young and I didn't have all of my faculties and I wasn't thinking with a fully formed, mature brain, and my stupid parents who spoil me, or my parents who just don't want to discipline me and tell me to shut up and redirect me and get me some other mental health. What they're doing is just letting you go, do whatever the hell you want to shut you up, putting you on these medicines, doing all of this crap. And then once you're in your late 20s and 30s and you're deciding, what the hell did I do? And then I'm going to reverse it. And then you go to the doctor. Well, we can give you these pills, but it's not guaranteed that you're going to, be able to use your ovaries. It's like, that's significant. That alters family trees. It really does. I mean, that's a big deal, that if you are a woman and you decide that you want to have a family and procreate and create a legacy for yourself, you no longer have that because you made a decision when you were a child and all the adults indulged you. That's ridiculous. Because affirmation is king now. Yeah. Oh, then what they'll say, oh, you know what? If you don't affirm them, they're going to kill themselves. Well, the reality is, even after they transition, the risk is still there to kill themselves. So, I mean, what do you do? Right, Nicole? That's the only sane thing to do. You have to do your bit for the climate, though, right? Yeah, you know what? This is it. All the medicines that are being made to affirm these kids, I'd like to know, how is that impacting the environment? I mean, these medications have to be made, okay, in a factory. I'm sure they're giving off some sort of product into the environment that's ruining our ozone layer or affecting our climate. Then these medications have to be transported onto trucks. And so, that's polluting the environment. I mean, come on. I mean, we need to stay as organic humans in our natural form to save the environment. It isn't even parents' fault in many of these cases. Once a 14-year-old kid tells a teacher and they help them get into mental health systems, the parents have no say-so and they take the kid to transition. You know what, CC? This is what I don't understand. I don't understand. And maybe I just don't know, and maybe I don't get how it all works. But if I had a child that was in school and all of this is going on, I'm going to take my kid out of school. I just am. And I know there are parents out there who do take their kids out of school, but it's like, do the parents realize that if they get together with other parents of the kids in their classes and they all showed up with their kids at school, they would have a lot of power. I mean, just do it one time. Take a day off work. Okay? Go with your child and go and demand to speak to the principal and have a conversation with him. If you have 10 parents there who want to speak to the principal or the dean of students or a counselor or whatever, I would suggest more than 10 because, they'll tell you to go away. But I mean, if you really think of a high school, there's 4 grades in it. If you had parents for all of those kids that showed up and said, we are making demands, and if this isn't what's going on, the kids are not going to be going to school. So we need to work something out that we all agree on. Okay. I don't understand, why is that not happening? Like, why is that not? This is so true. They are trying to take our rights. But dear, you can't take something that people are just handing over. I mean, you're just handing them over. I mean, people will naturally, these evil institutes or people who want to take advantage of you are naturally going to, do things. And it's up to us to say, no, wait a minute. You're not doing this. I mean, yes, I'm a preschool teacher. Shabby, are you really? I mean, when I was a kid, I didn't even know if my teachers were married or had kids, right? Do you want to know? Okay, this happened to me in high school. My parents they weren't rich, but they weren't poor. Okay, this working class. My school required us to have sweats in PE. I don't know if they still do PE anymore. You had to wear black, gold, or gray. Those were the school colors. Now my parents bought me navy blue sweats, not knowing what the rules were, that we had to have a certain color. And so I would wear my blue sweats, and then they'd say, you're not dressed out. You're going to go walk the track. They eventually let my parents know, and my dad got pissed off, and he went and he talked to the school, and he said, wait a minute. My son is showing up. He's coming to class. He's wearing sweats for PE. Just because they're not in the color you want him to wear doesn't mean that he isn't ready and prepared for school. He's going to wear these sweats. I'm not buying him black ones. I can afford it, but I'm not. My dad was he was, being ridiculous. But although I did not really like my father, I was like, he actually went to the school and actually stood up and did something and made a point. But the funny thing is, now there is no dress code there. So it's like, there's going to be no change. Is what I think it is. I think a lot of parents are intimidated. They're intimidated by people they think who are smarter than them. That's what I think. Would still love it if you could hook up for a stream. Who is this? Would still love it if we could hook up. This will be my last ask. I don't want to you're not on my nerves. I don't remember who you are. Okay, so I do have people request to do interviews and content stuff. I'm going to be really honest. It really, in the past since April, I've gone through a lot of crap this year, okay? And honestly, this stuff has really taken a back seat. So, I mean, I apologize to anybody who's watching and who has reached out to me. And I get a lot. I do get a lot of requests, and some request me all the time. And how can I put it? This isn't like a job to me. I don't make money doing this. So it's more of a fun thing for me, or me trying to get a message out there that I think should be heard. But yeah, I have my Facebook. I have 3 Instagrams. I have Facebook, Instagram. I had TikTok for a while, YouTube, and I get so many requests from so many people, and a lot of them get lost because I just realized not that long ago that Instagram I have 3 mailboxes for each. There's like a primary, a general, and then a requested mail option within my thing. And I'm not the most savvy person with this. I don't have a manager. I have nobody else but me doing this and taking care of emails and doing all that crap. And it's a lot. So a lot of you knew that I had a heart attack. I had surgery. I'm going through rehabilitation. I'm on medication. I quit my job. I can't work. So all the hate away. So I just want you, what he sees us all. Okay. I don't, how can I put it? I'm not ignoring anybody on purpose. I could read things and then like forget about it. And I never deliberately ignore someone unless they've just been an asshole, but it's, I will, okay, you're on Instagram. I'm sorry, you're on YouTube. He sees us all. I'll look for, a new message or whatever and talk to you, but I may have talked to you already and forgot. Something came up. So I'm sorry. I mean, just letting you know. This is a very unprofessional business I'm trying to do. So yeah, it's very unprofessional. I get pulled in all directions. Can you do this? Can you speak here? Can you make a video about this? Can you react to this? Can you comment here? I get a lot of it, a lot. And so I apologize. And I mean, I'm not saying that because, I'm so in demand, but I do something that's unique within the LGBTQ community. And so there isn't a whole lot of guys that dress up like this and who've had my experiences that are so willing to be vocal and speak and be honest. So I get a lot of people who want from me. So I apologize. It's a lot for me to handle. And I will look for a new message from you and really try to commit to working with you, because I'm very flattered that anybody wants to work with me or wants my opinion or anything. That's the honest truth. I would like you to gain more support, and I would like to help you in any way I can. I have a great. Okay. I'll look for a new message. Like, where would you contact me at? Tricking parents into sterilizing their own daughters and even having breasts removed so they cannot chest feed. Eugenics by stealth. Ugh, it's so gross, isn't it, Kat? There is nothing wrong with girls being tomboys. I mean, Gregory says I'm suing school district over COVID policies, mask, blah, blah. Yeah, you should. Everybody should. Everybody should do something. Eugenics by stealth. There was nothing wrong with tomboys. No. Some girls, same level, they tell girls to get double mastectomies. All of this is in breach of the Nuremberg Code. It's really sick. I mean, do you honestly think back when you were a kid, did you ever think that as you're an adult, you would actually see this happening and then having conversations about taking your daughter and removing her breasts? Like, did you ever think to make her feel better? Now, I want you to just think for 1 minute. How many more girls are out there who are unsatisfied with the size of their breasts and want breast implants? Okay. So you'll take a girl who doesn't like her breasts and remove them. But a girl who wants bigger breasts, you wouldn't put bags in her chest, would you? I mean, maybe some would. I don't know. But we don't. How come we don't hear or see that? It's like, I think, I mean, as an adult, I would say, no. When you become an adult, if you want bigger tits, get them. You're not even done growing yet. That's exactly what I think you would tell your daughter. You haven't even grown or developed yet. Your tits are going to get bigger. I mean, it's the reality. And as you gain weight, your tits will get bigger. You know what I mean? It's like, it's so weird. If my son came up to me and said, Dad, you know what? I was in the locker room and I noticed Johnny had a really big penis. So I did some research. I can get a surgery and I can make my penis larger. Can we do this so the kids don't make fun of me anymore and I feel better about myself? Isn't that the same? I think it's exactly the same. Because there are lots of flat-chested women. I mean, I'm saying, so boobs don't make the woman. There are lots of flat-chested women out there who have flat chests and they're okay with it. And then there's the ones, oh, I have dysphoria. I don't like my boobies. I want them removed because I'm really a boy. Well, I'm a guy and I have big fat tits. What about, my parents would never suck the fat out of my tits. I mean, you know what I mean? When people they throw this word dysphoria around. All it means is you're unhappy with your body or your appearance, which is very common. This is where bulimia and anorexia and things like that come from. Again, I have trans people who are watching me right now that I absolutely love. And this isn't about you. This is you making an adult decision about your aesthetics. And you go, hey, you know what? I want to live as a woman, and that's what I'm going to do. Go for it. Take your money, get your tits, get your face done, do whatever, and live your best life. And I hope you're gorgeous. But not to a child. I hit a second puberty at 30, and I went from an A to a double D. You know what, Anja? This voice that I have, this is my real voice. I'm not putting on a voice. I'm a 53-year-old, 6'4" man. Okay. And this is the voice that I have. Okay. This is the voice I have. And this voice got this deep in my 20s. Before this, I sounded just like a woman. Like I would go through a drive-through and order food. And they'd go, okay, pull forward, ma'am. And I'd pull over and they'd see this big dude. And they'd be like, oh my God, was that you? I'm sorry. I thought you were a woman. That's fine. That's fine. Nowadays, oh my God, I'm so triggered. I can't believe you thought I was a woman. You misgendered me. How dare you? Oh my God. Your words are violence. And now I'm going to go kill myself because you misgendered me. That's so stupid. You sound like my physics professor. Was he a big homo? What really makes me mad is when parents want to transition. Oh my God, their 2-year-old. Did you know that there are people who believe that you are trans in the womb? So the embryo or the fetus is in there with the body dysmorphia because they're looking down. So your little fetus, Marion Holtzman, darling, how are you, dear? I'm on, Marion. I made it. Marion is such a great supporter of mine, and she says, when are you going to get? You got to get back online. And I go, you know what? We're emailing. Well, I know, I will. I have to. I will. But it's a lot. Oh yeah, married to a dude. He's fantastic. Good. The people today are too freaking soft. You know what it is? They're not. I'm gonna tell you. You know what? Okay. They're soft, but they're also cowards. I think there's a lot of cowards, a lot of people who have no self-esteem, people who don't, you know what I mean? And it's like, they just take whatever people give them. Oh, this is what the doctor said. Oh, okay. Yes. Hey, Susie, let's go cut off your tits, put you on some hormones, and your name is Butch now. Yay, I'm a good parent. You can be racist in the womb. Yes, of course. So if you can be racist in the womb, why can't you be trans? So what is happening is this embryo or this fetus is looking down at their private parts. So first of all, okay, wait a minute. They're saying that these people, these kids in the womb know they're trans. Do you even know if you are a boy or a girl in the womb? Like, how do you even have the knowledge of it? And how do we as people outside of the womb know what they're thinking? So if you believe that a fetus can be transgender, you have to believe that fetus knows it has a penis or a vagina, and they have to know what that is and what that means. And also, how is a fetus a man or a woman or a boy or a girl? You have never experienced life outside of the womb, so you have no idea what this social construct of a man or a woman is. It's really a stupid idea. It's a stupid concept. If they believe an embryo can be trans, then it must be a life. Oh, there you go. And an individual separate from the mother, right? There goes that theory of my body, my choice. You know what it is? That's it. You know what? If they said, oh no, your baby is trans. No, it's not. It isn't trans because it's not even a baby, because I haven't decided whether it's a baby or not. And it's only a baby if I'm going to give birth to it. So how can it be trans when it might not even be born? Maybe the mother pops different hormones to try. It's so funny. And I'll tell you what irritates me about all this. It's because it's these people who make such ridiculous claims that are supporting the trans community, but they're not. They're making these absolutely ridiculous claims that make everybody go, come on, I was on board. You know what? And the funny thing is, trans people have existed since we've all existed. I've known trans people when I was a kid, and I mean, surgeries and hormones, I'm sure, are better now. Back then they weren't as passing as they are now. And I would see somebody and I go, wow, that 6'2" woman is really big and has an Adam's apple and stuff. And he is, as a child, I'm like, oh, that was a man. Oh, okay. So, it's like, that would be it. It's like, okay, well, I'm not like that. If that's what they want to do, that's what they want to do. And I would understand. I would understand the problem with not passing, because of course, if you decide I want to be a man or I want to be a woman, and even just dressing up in drag, which I know it's not the same, but it's still putting on this fashion of the other gender. It's like, you want to be as passing and look as good as possible. So as a drag queen, you resort to makeup, okay? And old trans people, they would resort to makeup and stuff, but then, they got into the hormones, going to the surgeries. And now, if you have some money and you can, and you want to be trans, you could be completely passing, and good for them. Good. They're perfecting the surgeries more all the time. But that's exactly what it is. It's surgery. They're crafting a look. And it's like, you pay for that, and it's a service. And great, as an adult, you can do that. It's like, you want bigger breasts, you want a bigger penis, you want a bigger ass, you want to kill the muscles in your face. Sure, go ahead. People are going to notice, of course, and of course they'll have their own opinions, and that's something you're going to have to deal with. But not for kids. No, you are a grown adult who has you have had a life experience of problems and things that you had to work through, and dealing with the public and dealing with work and jobs and paying bills and just navigating as just your organic self in the world. And, there's something in you, regardless of what you want to call it, that wants you to become this other person. Go right ahead. But you're making an adult, lifelong, serious decision that you would never, in a sane world, allow a child to make. I think trans is a real thing for some, but I disagree with the politics. When it comes to prison and sports, right? That's just, yeah. I mean, it is a real thing. And it's like I said, I'm old. It's always been there. So it's like no big deal. So all of a sudden you hear trans stuff, you're like, oh, okay. So now I understand, maybe in some small village in Nebraska, people are like, what the hell is this? But I'm born and raised and still live in Southern California. So this is no big deal. But the funny thing is, it's like, I have my trans friends and stuff. I'll see them. I'm fascinated by it, so of course it's something that you look at, and, whatever. I have coworkers, my old job, who are trans, and, you eventually forget about it. And, okay, we've gotten over that hurdle of, now we have complete acceptance of each other. And I no longer wonder, why did you do this or whatever. Now we can just talk and be normal and have fun. But you're right. There's always been whether you were a transgender or a transvestite, there has always been people who dress up as the opposite gender. And we all know this, we've all seen it. We've all experienced it. But for it to be such a loud conversation, a loud, constant conversation in our culture, and with especially involving children now, it's going to piss people off. It's like, okay, we get it. There are gay people in the world. Okay. And I'm saying this because just so I can relate. There are gay people in the world. They've always existed. Everybody knows a gay person, whatever. So why are we constantly talking about it? It's like, why aren't we talking about error? It's like, it's something that's just always been. So I don't know. I don't understand why we're having conversations as if it's something new and groundbreaking and, a new discovery. I mean, it just shut up about it. Like, just let people live their lives, except kids. I mean, just, I don't care. Like, so what my point was, this isn't a transphobic thing. It's not against trans people. And that's the argument that the LGBTQ cult and their allies want to make, and politics. They want to like create this problem, like, oh, boys should be allowed, or trans girls should be allowed to use the female bathroom. It's like, you weren't before. Like, seriously, they weren't using it before, but because now they're like, hey, all you hillbillies and rednecks and people who don't, or plus the people who don't agree with it, guess what? Guess what's happening? There are men dressed up as women using the women's restrooms. And see, what it does is it took what it did was it highlighted this thing that was already happening, and no one really cared unless some kind of crime was committed. And then what it did is it put a spotlight on these normal trans people who have transitioned. And it's like, they're like, well, I've always been using the female bathroom and I've had no problem. And I just go to the bathroom and I use it. But now we've created this huge spotlight and we're saying, hey, everybody, guess what's happening? And then all these people who never paid attention are like, what? Men are dressing up as women and they're using the restrooms and they're taking advantage of things. And it's like, you're kind of blowing it out of proportion. Yes, that might be true. Yes. But I don't think it's happening as much as people think it is. And I don't think I should be using a female restroom. I don't, even dressed like this. If I'm dressed like this and I'm out in public, I will use the men's room. And I don't give a shit what they say. And I think a lot of it has come down to that is, you have to, if you're going to live an alternative lifestyle, if you're going to don an appearance that is not average, you better be willing to defend that. Okay, you have to have the courage of your, what they call the courage of your convictions. You know what I mean? If you're going to live a certain way that is, I don't want to say that I'm abnormal, but I am. I mean, I'll admit it, I'm abnormal. It isn't average or normal that a man does this, because if it was, everybody would be doing it. And I'm not ashamed to say that. This isn't what I do is not normal. Okay. I don't care. I'm still going to do it. I'm still going to do it. And I don't need you to tell me it's great. Because I like doing it. Right, puss? I mean, if you're a trans or a gay person or anybody who lives this, alternative lifestyle, if you go out there and not give a shit, you're a strong person. And those are people you want to know. It's like dressed as Hagatha. I was able to walk from West Hollywood to Beverly Hills, being the tallest person there, looking absolutely ridiculous, no shirt on with pasties on, wearing leggings and a colorful wig and stuff. Or I was wearing this big white wig. I looked awful on purpose. Awful. And I held this huge sign up that said, "Don't fuck kids." Okay. I knew I was a walking billboard. I knew that I was going to get tons of attention. I knew it because I know what the average man looks like. Okay. And they all blend in. You go to the stores, all the clothes are the same. Everybody's dressed alike, different colors, whatever. But we know what normal is. Okay. I know this isn't normal. I know what I do isn't normal. So I knew that when I was, and this is even in Hollywood, I knew even in Hollywood, I was making a spectacle of myself. So I am holding this sign and I'm walking the streets with other people, and cars were stopping. Tour buses were stopping and people were stopping to take pictures of me. But that was the point. I wanted to be ridiculous. I wanted to hold this sign because no one would give a shit if some average person is standing there blending into a crowd holding a sign. So I knew people were going to see that sign, and I saw it all over the internet. Okay. So, I don't care. I just don't care. Okay. And maybe that's a privilege I have being a man of a certain size, because no one, I'll be honest. Okay. I'm 290 pounds. I'm 6'4" with heels on. I'm like almost 7 foot. You add the hair and everything. I'm a huge monster. No man has ever come up to me and said, "Hey, what are you doing dressed like that, boy, huh? Will your daddy not give you any whoopings when you're a kid?" No one's ever done that to me. No, they haven't, because they're cowards. They're cowards. Now, if I was this little Twinkie guy who was little skinny, vulnerable guy, then I would get harassed. But because I'm a big man, no one's going to mess with me. So maybe that's a privilege that I have that I've just enjoyed my whole life, so which has allowed me to be brave. Who knows? The problem is we now have self-ID as a reality, giving the green light to those who will game the system, right? It's true. Kitty, I appreciate that you are an advocate for keeping children safe. Thank you. I'm a female who's 5'11" with heels. Right, Maria? And how many women have messed with you? I had this conversation the other day with somebody. We were talking about going out in public and things like that. And I said, I'm never worried about it. No one messes with me. Oh, that's what I said. Big men. Okay, really. Okay, little guys, I'm going to let you know something. If you want to go rob a man, right, Maria? Okay, what you do is you go for the tallest, biggest man out there. Now, if he's fit and buff, don't go for it. But if he's like just a big man, go take his wallet. Because he doesn't know how to fight. Because big men do not know how to fight. They didn't have to. You've never had to fight. Now, but don't let him get a hold of you. If you're gonna fight him, make sure you never, you stay away from. You get underneath and you punch them and shit. Jump on their back like a little chihuahua or something. But no, a big man, just from my own experience, they don't. I'm gay, and I was called a faggot every day of my life at school. But they never physically went after me because I was bigger than all of them. So the thing is, you don't have to know how to fight. I don't know how to fight. I know how to push my weight around, and that could be deadly. So maybe that's the thing. Okay, maybe I don't know how to fight, but if I get you in my grip, then you're dead. But that's the thing. A little guy can run around and punch you and kick you. Me, I'm like a big ox, and I'm trying to find you. It's like, picture like an elephant going after a mouse. Well, that mouse can just bite the hell out of you and jump all over you and stuff, where the elephant's like, oh, where did he go? Where'd he go? That's what a big guy is. Hi, Hannah. Sorry, I'm back. I had to feed the snakes. Oh my God, you have snakes. Oh God, I am scared to death of snakes. Heels, kill your feet. They do. I don't. If I was ever to appear as this anymore in public, I would wear a very long dress, because I'm not wearing heels. I'm not. I'll wear platforms to make myself 8 feet tall, so I'm even more intimidating, but and skinnier, because the taller you are, the skinnier you look. But I'm never going to show my feet again in drag, because I just can't wear heels anymore. I used to wear some big ones. I wonder if I have any right here. Let me see. I packed them all away. Oh wait, I can show you one heel. Now I'll wear this. I'll wear this. Hold on. Where'd it go? Oh, here they go. So if I ever go out and I'm in public, I will wear these. And look at the heel. They're like old lady heels. So they're like the stripper heels, but like old lady stripper heels. But I have decent feet, so like I'll make sure like I get a pedicure. I'll get, first of all, I'll make sure I saw the hell out of my. I have a pair of those. Do you, Guy? I bet they look really cute on you. So I'll go and I'll make sure my like for a week I'll put like lotion on my feet and socks because I'm just a basic guy. I don't care. My feet will get fucked up. And so I'll then if I know I'm gonna be in public or go perform, I'll totally like hydrate my feet for a week. I'll get all the crust off of it, try to make them baby smooth and soft. And I will do all the hard work to get them in order. And then I will go and have a pedicurist give me a pedicure, and I'll do a French manicure, like a French white tip, just so they look clean and neat. Because I think if they're flashy or dark, then it's gonna like draw attention. I'd rather you see the sparkly shoes than like my feet. This is Thunderdome. That's right. Mad Max. I'm a woman and I look like a baby deer walking around on hills. I can't do it. It takes so much practice. It does. It takes so much practice. But I used to roll really like the platforms were this big and then the heels are this big. And it's like, nah. And dangerous. Like someone my size and height. I mean, if you were on stilts and you fall over, I mean, I would create an earthquake and I'd probably get a concussion or something, but just to be careful. It's going to be more creative, you know. Where I'm supposed to go to the school and I'm not going like this. Let me see if I got an answer. Oh, wait. Oh, okay. Megan and I are leaving now. Oh, okay. Okay, so let me get ready. Okay, we can. Okay, you guys. So I'm going to be there at 6:00 in Redlands. Me and Mario's going. I think Frank Rodriguez is going. He goes by the Info Savage. He's become extremely vocal on this topic. And he gets out there and he'll confront people, yell on the streets, get in their face. He's great at it. Mario's good too. But Frank is like a savage. He'll go after it. So I used to wear red snakeskin 3-inch heels. Oh, how sexy. I can no longer wear heels. You're collecting dust in the closet. I'm wearing flats now. Good for you. Okay, guys, I got to go. I got to get ready. We're going to take off. And love you guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for, my new messy updo. I'm going to I want to make it higher, I think, and more messy. But anyway, I got to work on it. I'm a work in progress. Anyway, you guys, love you. Thanks a lot. Bye.